Douglas Dietrich told me he put up the sign because he is against all illegal immigration. He says the part that you see here behind me about starting with his neighborhood first is about a Mexican-owned auto shop just next door to him. He says the owners are illegal immigrants. However, I spoke to the owners and they say they're perfectly legal U.S. citizens. The sign you see here in Douglas Dietrich's yard has sparked outrage on social media. He says he put it up because he doesn't approve of illegal immigration, but there's a specific reason that his sign asks the president to start with his neighborhood.
Well, it appears that the shop has came next door to us against our wishes with illegal immigrants.
The business that he's talking about is Monkey's Garage. Shop owner Enrique Garfias says he is a legal citizen of the United States and thinks the sign is offensive, especially since it's about him.
There is so much hate already, but I don't hate him. I mean, he can do whatever he wants to. If he thinks he's right, he can do it. But people out there, they're going to see it that whatever he's doing is not right.
The sign has gained traction online with anonymous posts calling it hateful and prejudice. And now town officials are getting involved, saying it violates a Grifton town zoning ordinance. According to the town manager, that ordinance states that signs cannot be erected without a permit, something Dietrich currently does not have. The town manager says Dietrich will be served a violation notice until he gets a permit. And as far as the attention on Facebook goes, Dietrich says it only fuels him to keep the sign up.
This has just encouraged me to leave the sign up, maybe even add another sign next to it.
And Grifton's town manager told me that if Dietrich gets approved for a permit, he's more than welcome to keep the sign up here in his yard, but until then, he should not have it up. Now, Dietrich approached me here at his home right as I was about to go on the air, and he told me that he just applied for that permit around 15 minutes ago, right after he found out he was not in compliance from our reporting at 4 o'clock. I'll have more on our website later tonight. Live in Greenville, live in Pitt County, Chris Cook, WITN News.
Okay, interesting development. Thank you, Chris. Now, Dietrich told WITN part of why he was upset with Monkey's Garage was he previously tried to buy the building and was not able to. He said Garfias being able to purchase it and run a business there after that upset him. The Grifton town manager said the building has been there for 20 years and was privately owned, so the town had nothing to do with who was allowed to buy it.
So let me just get this straight for the white folks out there. So by way of a news story, we were able to see that this heavy, staunch Republican conservative MAGA supporter decided that there was a Hispanic man that opened a car business next door to him in his neighborhood, and he didn't like it. And he made this big giant sign, this big hoopla, and stated that Trump needs to start with his neighborhood first because he has an issue with his Mexican neighbors opening up this business, right? In my mind, I'm thinking like it has to be something a lot more directly to that, you know, maybe you want to talk about some type of crime, some type of loiterings. Nothing, right? This is just a Mexican man, family, working car business in a neighborhood, being productive, doing what most people would want people to do when they come into this country. So then we find out that the reason you decided you made this sign was because the business of which the Hispanic Mexican man basically has, the car shop, you originally wanted that building when it was up for sale, but the city council or whoever denied you the ability and the right to buy said business because you live in a neighborhood. Now, I can understand why somebody would be mad about that because that seems to be very stupid logic. I think you would actually want somebody who was a part of the neighborhood to open up a business in the neighborhood and stuff of that nature. But irregardless, so then he was able to sit up there and get it. And I guess they stated somewhere in there that the Hispanic family, they are residents of said neighborhood. Yeah, it seems a little bit weird. Seems a little bit odd. maybe you might have somebody on the city council who doesn't like you, maybe, or whatnot, or whatever. That's the only thing that I realistically could think of is the reason for that to even take place. But regardless of that, the amount of astonishing ignorance that it takes to do something like that is ridiculous. And then on top of that, like I said before, a lot of these people who tend to do this, these are heavy MAGA supporters. These are heavy Republicans that tend to do things like this. And that by itself speaks volumes, right? These are the same people that want to go out there and protest, like, oh, we love everybody. Everybody is welcome and da-da-da-da. And then they turn around after they finally get what they want. And they're like, oh, we're getting rid of everybody. Interesting how that works. And then they quote unquote get rid of everybody, and then the same people that they get rid of are the exact same people that were needed in order to do the jobs that those same Republicans, aka white folks, did not want to do, such as labor, which is toiling the soil, which is working the farms, which is picking up the fruits and the vegetables and all of this other type of stuff for mediocre or low pay. But yet they state that, you know, American jobs should be for Americans, but yet those Americans don't want to do those quote unquote American jobs. They still want to give those jobs directly over. They would still want to outsource to another group because they feel that they are superior or that they are beyond doing those types of jobs. Crazy how that works. It is very, very interesting how a lot of these things just so happen to play out. And then on top of that, the other crazy part is that they're allowing the dude to apply in order to legally be able to post the sign that he has, because I guess they got some type of statute that says that you can't have such and such sign if you don't have the correct licensing or whatnot or whatever. So now he's applying for that. I feel like it's a 50-50 on if he'll get it or not. I feel like it's a 50-50, right? The same people might not allow him the building, but the same people was like, it's freedom of speech, we'll allow him this much. So I wouldn't be too shocked if they stay on the story. I would not be too shocked if he actually gets a license so that he can, be able to still post a sign. Like he said before, that wasn't going to be the only sign. He was going to make a bigger sign. And again, that's crazy to me. That's 100% crazy. The other thing too is that we're all of the people in the community that more than likely go to this shop and get their cars fixed to speak up for that Hispanic man there, to speak up for his family, right? And the craziest thing is, you got the Hispanic man there, he's like, yo, he's ignorant, I hate him or whatnot or whatever, just feel sorry for him. There's a certain point in time where people have the utmost right to feel anger and rage. Utmost right in time. But a lot of instances when those times show forth and people can rah, people decide not to sit up there and do it. Highly amazing. Highly amazing when those things take place. Because not only is this man trying to jeopardize your business and your living situation and your family, but he's also trying to jeopardize your safety. Jeopardize your safety. And also the safety of your kids, because like I said, I'm not sure specifically, bloodline wise where he or his family are specifically from. But at the moment in time, America does not care. They will happen to ship and send a lot of folks wherever they feel that people belong, and they will do it pronto. So yeah, like I said before, to the Hispanic community out there, again, these people do not care about you at all. I've said this time and time again, been waving a flag, ringing the bell, bullhorn, all this other type of stuff. People didn't want to listen. They want to, say this, that, and the third about Black Americans. But like I said, Black Americans are not the ones jeopardizing your living situation, your family, your job, your kids. We're not jeopardizing any of that, also including your money. We're not doing that. We're not the one putting up signs, posting signs, telling you get out of here, we don't need you. We're not the ones doing that. These have always been the same people doing this to y'all, and y'all still to this day don't listen, don't understand, and y'all don't got no type of energy for it. And like I said, this is why these types of things keep happening. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.